Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're gonna do the detailed review of the Vivo S1. So Vivo S1 is the latest smartphone in the sub 20k price segment with prices starting at 18k, 19k and 20k. So these are three pricing for three variants available. This device also comes with a Helio P65 octa-core processor and a Super AMOLED display, and you also get a triple rear cameras, 32 megapixel selfie camera, large 4500 mAh capacity battery. So how good is the Vivo S1 for the price segment? Let's find out in this detailed review. So first step, let's have a look at the design and build quality. Now looking at the front panel, you can see that the Vivo S1 has this water drop or dew drop notch. You can see that it's pretty good. The bezels are kind of minimal. You can also see that the bottom bezels are slightly on the higher side. But still it's a well-designed phone, we would say, in this price segment, and the notch has been kept to low. It's a very small notch, unlike a few of the smartphones which have a larger notch, so even the water drop notch looks quite okay. Now looking at the back panel, you can see that it has a triple rear camera setup, and you also get the LED flash and the AI branding. And one of the important aspects about the device is the pattern at the back panel. The diamond cut pattern on the back panel looks really good. This is the diamond black variant. You also get the Vivo branding, and it feels quite good in hands as well. It has a flat back panel, and this is made of plastic material. Sides are curved. We have the power and volume keys on the right side. The left side also the dedicated button and the SIM card tray. The bottom panel has the micro USB charging slot, the 3.5mm audio jack, as well as the speaker unit. So overall it looks quite good in the hands in terms of the design aspect. Now the build quality is quite okay. We would have expected metal or glass construction, but it's a polycarbonate material. But nevertheless it looks quite okay for the price segment. But the problem with polycarbonate material is that over a period of time it might get scratched, so it's always advisable to use the case which is provided with the box package. So that's the design and build quality of the Vivo S1. Now moving on to the display. So the phone comes with 6.38 inches full HD plus resolution display, and this is an AMOLED display. Now the beauty of AMOLED display is that they are vivid, sharp, and offers great viewing angles. And Vivo S1 is no different. You can see that the viewing angles are really good. The touch response feels very smooth, and the colors are vibrant and gives a good feel altogether. And the display quality is definitely good on the Vivo S1. But there is no mention of any protection offered on this device, so we'll have to wait for the confirmation from Vivo whether there is any protection offered on this device. But there is a pre-installed screen guard available on the display. Now moving on to the software. So the phone comes with the FunTouch OS version 9.0, and we have Android 9.0 on top of that, and this has a lot of additional features. So if you have used a Vivo smartphone, you might be knowing all the features. We have smart motion, smart mirroring, split screen, 100 mode, S capture mode, smart click, then app clone is included, support for themes, there is dark mode available. So it features a whole lot of customization options, and it is definitely one of the UIs offering plethora of modes. But it does take some time getting used to the UI, because you can see that you need to swipe from the bottom to access the quick toggles, and the notification center is from the top, so that might get some time getting used to it. But then it's definitely improved over time. It may not be as polished as the MIUI, but it definitely feels quite good on this device. Now talking about the performance, so this device runs on the Helio P65 octa-core processor, which is a relatively new chipset. You can see the benchmark score 1,46,000, somewhere close to the Snapdragon 660 in terms of the performance. And in terms of day-to-day experience, you can see that it's very smooth, no lags whatsoever, and we have put it to multiple tasks and no issues whatsoever, and there was no lags absolutely. Now the gaming performance of the device was quite okay. It was slightly above average, you would say. It is definitely not a class leading performance. We could see some minor hiccups here and there, and it was not very smooth experience with the Helio P65, but still it manages to do decent job in terms of the gaming. Now this device also comes with in-display fingerprint scanner. You can see that the in-display fingerprint scanner is extremely fast and does the job pretty well. There is also face unlock, which is one of the fastest we have seen in this price segment. Extremely fast in unlocking the device. Now talking about the call quality, the device has pretty good call quality, and the speaker output from the bottom firing speakers was not really high when you compare with the Vivo Z1 Pro. The output was pretty low, almost like 15 to 20% low than the Vivo Z1 Pro. Next, moving on to the cameras. So the phone comes with a triple rear camera setup. So we have a primary 16 megapixel camera with f-stop 1.8 aperture. We have a secondary 8 megapixel super wide angle camera. Again, we also have a third 2 megapixel depth sensor. Along with that, there is LED flash included. It's an AI triple camera, and on the front panel we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera included. Now we have done a detailed camera review of this device and found this camera to be quite a decent one. Definitely not a class leading one. You can see that the daylight shots have decent clarity. Colors are more or less saturated. That's one of the issues with the Vivo S1. And most of the time it is saturated in nature, and the low light performance was strictly average. The portrait mode was kind of okay, and there is no 4K recording available. There is no electronic image stabilization on offer. There is also no night mode on offer. So these are some of the features missing on the camera on the Vivo S1. The selfie camera 32 megapixel does a decent job. Again, it is quite saturated in nature. So overall we feel cameras are strictly average. Vivo Z1 Pro did offer better experience, better processing rather, with the same camera setup. So that's the camera on the Vivo S1. Now finally, the battery life. The device has a 4500 mAh capacity battery, which is quite good in terms of performance as well. It can get almost like 8 to 9 hours of screen on time, and the battery performance is really good. You can get almost like 1.5 days of battery life on the Vivo S1. Now there is also 18-watt fast charging on offer, which can charge the device in around 2 hours. So that's the battery performance of the Vivo S1. Now summing up, let's list out the pros and cons of the Vivo S1. So the pros include good design, especially the diamond black variant looks pretty good. Display is really good. It's a Super AMOLED display, in-display fingerprint scanner, decent performance on offer, and a pretty good battery life as well, along with fast charging included. Now cons of the device include plastic build quality, then gaming was strictly average, and also the camera performance was not very good. And apart from that, the pricing is also on the higher side, considering that Vivo Z1 Pro offers much better value for money than the Vivo S1. So summing up, how good is the Vivo S1? So Vivo S1 is quite a decent offering with AMOLED display and good battery life. Then you get a nice design as well. But the problem with the Vivo S1 is the pricing. With Helio P65, and the pricing is pretty steep at 18K. For 18K you definitely get much better options, including the Vivo's own Z1 Pro, which offers much better value for money and a larger capacity battery, better cameras. You also get the Realme X, which also has a better overall experience. It also has a pop-up selfie camera. So if you look at all those aspects, we would say if you're in the sub 20K price segment to pick a phone, the better options would be the Realme X and also the Vivo Z1 Pro. So that was a detailed review of the Vivo S1. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.